Seeking Parabiblical Wisdom, Manly P. Hall. We look at the secret teachings of all ages in our search for parabiblical wisdom. I'm the Christian whistleblower, Jeffrey Daugherty, and we're here to help you unindoctrinate yourself, as the shirt says. And we're glad to be here with you. We're glad to have you here with us wherever there may be. We're glad you're here. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be on this big blue marble. Might as well get the controversy started right away, right? We're here to help you. We're here to teach you some things. We're here to show you some things. We're here to lead you to some water, and hopefully you'll want to drink. We're here to lead you to some information, and hopefully you'll want to think. Can't make you do it. Can't force you to do it, but hey, now's the time to unindoctrinate yourself. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, your friendly neighborhood Christian whistleblower. We're going to talk about Manly P. Hall. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about Manly P. Hall, but that's okay because we're not trying to reach out to a lot of people. We're trying to reach out to people that want to unindoctrinate themselves. We want to get those that really want to get this. If you're new, I salute you for being here seeking after truth. If you're a regular listener, I salute you for being here seeking after truth. Glad to have you. If you want to find out more information about me, I'll put in my website address. And I encourage you to, if you're being helped by this, I'm encouraging you to consider being a financial supporter of this work. You can do it through clicking on that handy dandy little $sign down there, super chat, or go to my website and you can sponsor through PayPal and don't even have to have a PayPal account. We also have the books. We have the intention candles. We have the divining rods, and we have the pendulums. And more cool stuff coming. I'm telling you, Manly P. Hall's stuff is some good stuff. Doesn't mean I agree 100% with it, but it does mean there's some good stuff. And it gives you a lot of things to think about, like what we're going to look at tonight. And I know that you know that I'm not a sun worshiper, but we're going to look at the sun, a universal deity, or deity, depending upon how you like to pronounce it. So the adoration of the sun is one of the most earliest and natural forms of religious expression. And some have postulated that the complex modern theologies of today are merely involvements and amplifications of the simple Aboriginal belief, the simple human belief that the sun was divinity. The primitive mind recognized the power of the sun, adored it as the proxy of the supreme deity. And I've many times sat and thought and wondered, is the sun God? Is God the sun? Because you think about it, it has all the attributes. It has a central place, and there's a lot that goes into this ideology. Let's take a look at it. Albert Pike in Morals and Dogma says, to the original peoples, the sun was the infinite fire, the fire of nature, the author of life, heat, ignition, the efficient cause of all generation. Without the sun, there was no existence, no movement, no form. He was to them immense, indivisible, imperishable, and everywhere present. It was their need of light and of this creative energy that was felt by all men, and nothing was more fearful to them than the absence of the sun. His influences caused his identification with the principle of God. And it's not just within what we would call the Western world, but the sun is associated with the Brahma of the Hindus, the Mithras of the Persians, Atham, Amun, Theta, and Osiris of the Egyptians. What does Rocker Chick write about? You know, I still see a yellow sun. I don't know, man. Bel of the Chaldeans, Adonai of the Phoenicians, or the Greeks, Phoenicians, Adonis and Apollo of the Greeks, and became but personifications of the sun, the regenerating principle, the image of that fecundity which perpetrates and rejuvenates the world's existence. You know what we got to do? Fecundity. 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 The ability to produce an abundance of offspring or new growth. There you go. There you go. So all the nations of antiquity, all the altars, all the mounds, and all the temples are dedicated to the worship of the orb of the day. Now, people are talking about the sun is not yellow anymore. Dawn, how can you're telling me that I don't see a yellow sun? I sun gaze every morning, and I see a yellow sun. I'm just saying. I don't know. Some say it's burning a different fuel. Some say a lot of things. I just don't know how much I go along with all that crazy stuff. But you know what? Sometimes crazy stuff is good stuff. I'm just saying, I see it a lot of times. It looks yellow. Sometimes, yeah, yogic vision. I'm a sun gazer as well. I still see it yellow. Maybe it's because I see it brand new coming up right in the very beginning of the day. You know, I love it when some people say, no, you're not seeing a yellow sun, or no, you're not seeing a white sun. Dudes, I see a yellow sun. You can say whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you what color sun you see. But anyway, the ruins of these sacred places remain. Pyramids in Mexico and Egypt, snake mounds of the American Indians, ziggurats of Babylon, round towers of Ireland, massive rings of uncut stone in Britain and Normandy, Tower of Babel. Early priests and prophets, both pagan and Christian, were versed in astronomy and astrology, and their writings are best understood when we read them in light of these ancient sciences. Think about that. The writings of priests and prophets are best understood when read in the light of astrology and astronomy. With the growth of man's knowledge of the constitution and periodicity of the heavenly bodies, when they come and go, how they come and go, these things were introduced into religious systems. The fixed stars were divided into constellations, and through these constellations wandered the sun and its planets, the latter with their accompanying satellites. So the sun has always been at the focus of human worship. And of course, Jesus is called the Son of God. Of course, the Christ is not called the Son of God. But the sun, as supreme among the celestial bodies, was visible to the astronomers of antiquity and was assigned to the highest of the gods and became symbolic of the supreme authority of the Creator himself. And we look at the sun, we have a natural inclination to link it with the Creator. From a deep philosophic consideration, the powers and principles of the sun have come the concept of the Trinity. The divine Trinity is not peculiar to Christian or Hebrew theology, but it is part of the dogma of all the religions of the world, both ancient and modern times. That's why I say it's bogus. Persians, Hindus, Babylonians, Egyptians all had their own trinities. Sorry to break it to you, Christian, but breaker, Christian. Trinity, not yours, not new, not real. Been there, done that. In modern Masonry, and I know how you love to talk about Masonry, the deity is symbolized by an equilateral triangle, three sides representing the three manifestations of the Eternal One, who is himself represented as a flame, called by the Hebrews the Yod or the Yod. Teutonic mystics call the Trinity the three witnesses, by means of which the invisible is being brought into the tangible universe. The origin of the Trinity is obvious to anyone who observes the daily manifestations of the sun. Dawn, midday, and sunset. God the Father, creator of the world, is symbolized by the dawn. His color is blue, because the sun rising in the morning is veiled in blue mist. There goes more arguments. And then the one at noonday, the Lion, the tribe of Judah. And then the Holy Ghost at sunset. So these sneaky Christians want to smuggle something into everything. But to the Egyptians, the sun was a symbol of immortality, because it died each night, but it rose again with each new dawn. Not only has the sun this activity, but it also has an annual pilgrimage, during which time it passes through the 12 celestial houses of the heavens, remaining in each for 30 days. And it also has the precession of the equinoxes, which it retrogrades around the zodiac through the 12 signs at a rate of 1 degree every 72 years. So you can see where the whole idea of astrotheology comes into play, and it cannot be easily dismissed, I would submit to you. Concerning the annual passage of the sun through the 12 houses of the heavens, Robert Hewitt Brown, 32nd degree Mason, says the sun, as he pursued its way among the living creatures of the zodiac, was said in an allegorical language to assume the nature of or triumph over the sign that it entered. Thus, the sun became a bull when in Taurus and was worshipped as such by the Egyptians in the name of Apis, and by the Assyrians as Bel, Baal, or bull. In Leo, the sun became a lion slayer, Hercules, and an archer in Sagittarius. In Pisces, the fishes, he was a fish, in other words, Dagon or Vishnu, the fish god of the Philistines and the Hindus. Now, careful examination of the religious systems uncovers a lot of evidence of the fact that the priests served in solar energy and that their supreme deity was, in every case, the sun personified. Makes a lot of sense when you look at it. Makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Makes a lot of sense when you consider it. I would say real Trinity is body, soul, spirit, if there has to be a Trinity, or Mama God, Father God, Christ manifested, or Mama God, Father God, Baby God, us. There's another Trinity for you, a triangle. Ooh, Mama God, Father God, Baby God, another triangle. The priests in many of the ceremonies wore skins of lions, symbols of the solar orb, owing to the fact that the sun is exalted, dignified, and fortunately placed in the constellation of Leo. Hercules is the solar deity. Hercules, Egyptian priest, lion girdle, Samson, Hebrew, solar deity. The Philistines represent the power of darknesses. So this whole solar idea is ubiquitous within human religion. It's something that has always been there. And then you see things like this, the winged globe of Egypt, sun flying through the skies, or is that Nibiru? We never know. But it's very interesting stuff nevertheless. The golden ornaments used by the priests of various world religions are subtle references to the sun. The crowns of kings are solar, subtle references to the sun. Points extending outward like the rays of the sun. Modern convention has removed the points or else bent them inward, gathered them together and placed them on an orb or cross at the point where they meet. But you can see sun worship and sun veneration, or at least sun recognition, permeates the mind of humanity from the earliest days even to today. What do you see standing in the harbor in New York City? You see the Statue of Liberty, as we call her, wearing what? A crown of the sun. The sun has a central place in our minds. It has a central place in our theologies. It has a central place in our pantheons of gods. Most deities have been associated with the sun. Whether you're talking about the Greeks, Apollo, Bacchus, Dionysus, Sabazius, Hercules, Jason, Ulysses, Zeus, even Uranus and Vulcan. The Norwegians regarded Balder as a solar deity. Odin is connected with the celestial orb, especially because of his one eye. Among the Egyptians, Osiris, Ra, Anubis, Hermes. Even Ammon himself. Isis, Typhon, Serapis, the Quetzalcoatl, and this one that I can't pronounce, also associated with the sun. Tiffany's friend thinks the sun is fake. Even in Masonry, the sun has many symbols. One expression of the solar energy is Solomon, whose name is Sol, Om, An. The name for the supreme light in 3 different languages: Sol, Om, and An. Hiram Abiff of the Chaldees is also a solar energy. The story of his attack and murder by the ruffians, with its solar interpretation in the Hiramic legend. A little more masonry for you. The sun plays in the symbols and rituals of Freemasonry, according to the Dictionary of Symbolical Freemasonry. Let's read this and kind of glean from this what you will. The sun rises in the east, and in the east is the place for the worshipful master. The sun's the source of all light and warmth, so should the worshipful master enliven and warm the brethren. Among the ancient Egyptians, the sun was a symbol of divine providence. The hierophants of the mysteries were adorned with many insignias emblematic of solar power. The sunburst of gilt embroidery on the back of the vestments of the Catholic priesthood signify that the priest is also an emissary and a representative of Sol Invictus. The sun is central to all of our theology, central to life as humans itself. Now, Christianity and the sun. Very interesting subject. For reasons that have doubtless been considered, people who talk about Jesus have metamorphosized him, have transformed him into a solar deity. And look at this. This is powerful. The historical Jesus, which really is the Christ, has been forgotten. Nearly all of the salient things that he did are cast aside and have been replaced by the sun god Jesus, the fake Jesus. Allegories have been borrowed by Christianity from pagan antiquity, including the beautiful blue-eyed sun god, golden hair, fleecy little diapers, Lamb of God. It's a composite, folks. The Jesus of the Bible is Apollo, Osiris, Orpheus, Mithras, Bacchus. Jesus is created. The philosophers of Greece and Egypt divided the life of the sun during the year into 4 parts. Born at the winter solstice. Who else was born at the winter solstice? Interesting. Jesus, not only is he fake, he's plagiarized. He's plagiarized from religions of antiquity. We're about ready to come up with that time of year where we start seeing the great bumper sticker, my favorite bumper sticker of all time. Keep Christ in Christmas. Not to mention the fact that Christmas was around for thousands of years before there was ever a Jesus. So how can you keep Christ in Christmas when Christmas was around long before Christ? How can you keep Christ in something that was around way, way before he was? Pagans set aside the 25th of December as the birthday of the solar man. 25th of December, the birthday of the solar man, by hundreds of religions that predate Christianity by thousands of years. And even when you think about it, Rocker Chick just wrote Xmas. And if you think about Xmas, think about that X as a sun. How about that? Think about that X as a sun. It looks like the rays of a sun. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. The darkness of winter was over. The glorious sun of light was returning to the northern hemisphere. The old sun god tore down the house of the Philistines and cleared the way for the new son who was born that day on the 25th of December from amongst and amidst the symbolic beasts of the lower world. Amazing. Amazing. Not only that, but the Romans also had their solar festival and their games of the circus in honor of the birth of the god of day. It took place the 8th day before the calends of January. When? December 25th. Servius, commentary, verse 720. Virgil speaks of the new sun on the 8th of calends, which is December 25th. Folks, they knew what they were doing when they put Jesus' birthday on December 25th. And as Rocker Chick so adroitly points out, there never was a baby Jesus anyway. So the fathers of the church took this festival, which was called Saturnalia, and linked it to the birth of Jesus. Why did they link it to the birth of Jesus? You've got to remember, folks, Jackie Cannella just hit the nail on the head. You got to remember what the Roman Empire was. The Roman Empire was a far-flung conglomeration of nations and cultures and religions. And what they were trying to do is create a centripetal force, something that pulled people together. So what better way than to leverage a God that was nearly ubiquitous to all of these religions, make a new one and say by the Roman sword, this is the one you got to worship, but it's a new God just like the old God, so we're really helping you out. So you had all of these religions that already had this mythos of this God born on December 25th. So we just say, hey, he's Jesus. Forget your old God. Here's your new God. New God, same as the old God. And you don't get the sword if you worship this one. You on your knees or your blood on my sword. Which do you prefer? Which do you prefer? And we're not going to let people distract from the talk or draw attention to themselves on this channel. that's just the way it goes. Like IOX says, meet the new boss, same as the old boss. And as Jackie again says, they threw in the cross for bonus points. It makes perfect sense. So you've got all of these disparate faiths and people being pulled together under this common understanding. Same as Islam, exactly, Yogic Vision, because it's the same religion. Judaism, Christianity, Islam, they're the same religion, worshiping the same God. They've got the same players, but there's just enough to keep them fighting each other because you gotta have war and bloodshed to keep this blood god satiated. IOX says we ain't gonna get fooled again. That's what we're here for, brother. That's what we're here for, sister, to not get fooled again. I always think of Vegas CSI when I hear that song. That's how good that show marketed and branded itself. All planned, as John G. says, absolutely 100% true. And it's so interesting. It's so interesting that all of this takes place and Christianity wants to say they invented it when they never invented it. But the more interesting thing is that we all believed it for so long. How were we possibly ever so, Roger Daltrey gets the credit, absolutely. How were we ever so silly to go down that road? The same day as the birth of the invisible Son, the Natalis Solis Invicti, celebrated at Rome, Roman calendars, Constantine, Julian, Invictus, Mithra. He's represented as being born in a stable under the name of Christ by the Christians. Concerning the Catholic feast of the Assumption, blah, 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 etc., etc. They honored the festival, but changed it to Christ and the mother of Christ as far as the Assumption goes. The Roman calendar just added in Jesus, the passage of the Virgin that added in Mary. They just made it so smooth to create a centripetal force for the Roman Empire. They're worshiping the sun. Christianity's worshiping the sun. The Virgin Mother giving birth to the sun god, also faithfully preserved in Christianity. Folks, do you see what's going on here? Do you see what's going on here? That was also on December 25th. Jesus. It's a sham. It's a travesty. It's a mockery. It's a Travis shamockery. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been set up from the word go. We've been put together from the word go. The esotericism of pagandom was embodied in Christianity. The Christian church blindly follows ancient customs and when asked for a reason, gives superficial and unsatisfactory Marsden Brooks in the house, superficial and unsatisfactory explanations, forgetting or ignoring the indisputable fact that each religion is based upon the secret doctrines of its predecessors, folks. Don't let them lie to you. Christianity is a sun-worshiping religion. Christianity is built on the shoulders of pagan religions that preceded it. Nothing original about it. Nothing original about it. It's crazy that we bought it for so long. Manly Hall, secret teachings of all ages. Let's go to the chat room. You've listened to me. It's only fitting that I take a look at your comments as well. Manly P. Hall, Man P. Hall. It is a profitable study. We had the whole yellow sun, white sun argument. I see a yellow sun. Some of you see a white sun. That's okay. Some see blue as green, so it's all good. Symbol, Sex, and the Stars. Very good book about sun worship. Interesting. Thanks for recommending that, Sterling. What did the Egyptians say about the moon? Well, we'll get to that. We're talking about the sun this time. Rocker Chick and the sun thing going on still. Maybe just some people seeing it like this. We're not making it up. There's things in the atmosphere that are being covered up. I would probably agree with that. Don't Buddhists meditate towards the sun? Yes, they do. Here comes the sun. It's all right. Every pic of Jesus at the dollar store has blue eyes and pale white skin. He looks sickly to me. Do you think maybe Jesus was a vampire? How about that? Keep Mithra in Christmas. That's a good one. That's a good one. 25th was a day given to appease the pagans. Absolutely right. It does feel like the Worldwide Church of God all over again. The Worldwide Church of God had some good doctrine in it. Christmas is Saturnalia. "2100 Years of Darkness." The sun's the center of the cross. Stay respectful of Jeff's channel and his domain. Refrain from profanity and disrespect. Thank you, Sebastian. The bumpy road that led me straight to God. Sabbath day worship is what I hear. We're not. Okay. Catch you later, Sterling. I went to a church that researched this stuff, so I never celebrated Christmas, Easter, or Halloween. I'm at the place now, Rocker Chick, where, I have grandkids and kids, and I go along with the non-religious parts of Christmas and Easter. Halloween, I never really was big on that, but I don't know if there's a real problem with celebrating the non-religious parts of Christmas and Easter as just times of getting together with family. This book is called The Secret Teachings of All Ages. It's a great book. You should get it. Travis Schumacher, he does sound like a country music singer, doesn't it? It's a great book. It really is. It's a powerful book. Not everything in it is right, but it is good stuff. Sabbath, Saturday, potato, doesn't really matter. It's a faux enlightenment. It's a distraction. Thanks to you and others, we're finding the keys that were lost to us. Well, Joe, all we can do is bring you to it, and you find the keys yourself. Thank you for that. It's humbling. Very glad to hear that it's bringing it to you. Manly P. Hall is good stuff. The Morning Star, the Sun, Venus, a planet, the Light Bearer, Jesus Vampire. Jesus Vampire. Interesting stuff right there. We're going to be going down that road quite a bit more. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. The sun where I live, what was that? It's white in the morning, yellow in the afternoon, and red in the evening. Interesting, Mazdan. I've always heard rumors of a dark star or some kind of negative energy source inside of the earth that works with the sun and the moon. Interesting. Chemtrails in Chicago. I've been wondering what to do about that song. God rested on the seventh day. Yogic vision, you just hit on something right there. It says that the Elohim rested on the seventh day. Can somebody tell me the scripture where it says that the Elohim started up again? I'll wait. Let me give you a little hint. It's not there. The Elohim stopped on the seventh day and they've never started again. Because they stopped and we're supposed to start. I would probably say no to that, Sebastian, but it's an interesting thought. That's just my opinion. Which is covenant, 12 disciples plus Jesus. I've seen people draw that analogy before, Tim. Very interesting. The white buffalo, I've seen people draw that analogy before. Also very interesting. Yogic vision, I think you're dead on. The Elohim rested on the seventh day, and they have never started again because they're waiting for us to, Moston Brooks, bam, it's our turn. They've set everything up. They've given us everything we need, like a good mother and father would do. And now they're like, all right, guys, your turn. And we have screwed the pooch royally. And I'm telling you, folks, it's our job, it's our calling to evict the rat bastard and appoint somebody that's better or take it on ourselves. No one's coming back to save us. Nobody's going to do it for us. We are as little gods, but we haven't done what the Elohim want us to do yet. Brad Johnson, you're absolutely 100% right. John G., you're absolutely 100% right. The time has come. The time has come. In my opinion, the time has come and gone and come and gone and come again. Who do we appoint in the rat bastard's place? It's a good question. That's a really good question. And I don't really have a great answer right now. Who would worship a guy that says he creates light and darkness, peace and evil? Who wants to worship a guy that creates evil? Not me. What did the Elohim want us to do? The Elohim want us to grow up and take the bull by the horns and do what we are supposed to do, which is make this earth into what we want it to be. Jesus Ventura. That's funny. That's funny. Become our highest self. Exactly right. But there's something holding us back, and I'm wondering if it's our collective consciousness. I think it's our collective laziness. I've never seen that book from Manly P. Hall. Jordan. If it is to be, it's up to you and me. C.C. Williams says you can't fix a broken system by working within the system to fix it by appointing other Elohim. But we're other Elohim, C.C. We're other Elohim. The scriptures seem to say that we should throw out this wicked tenant, this wicked husbandman, and appoint another wicked husbandman. I think it's got to be an Elohim, CC, but I see what you're saying. We need to voice it out in public. We do, Philip M. I agree with you. Interesting stuff. Appointing another God. Well, who else, CC, to oversee this creation It's either an Elohim or a baby Elohim. Or maybe it's a council of gods. Maybe that was where things went, in the beginning, it was a council of gods running the show. And where it got off track was when one of them decided that they were going to run the whole thing themselves. Maybe we need to go back to the council. There's a thought. The Elohim doesn't have a flaw in the system. The rat bastard was leveraged by the Elohim to give us somebody to go up against and develop our skills. It's like scrimmaging. It's like sparring in martial arts. What you gonna do when the Gospel Truth Army breaks out all over you? When the more the AI take over, the more lazy we get. Why not the one true God? Because the one true God is teaching us how to become one true gods. Who appointed the first one? We should appoint Trump to replace the rat bastard. So is Jeff the offensive coach? Probably in more ways than one. Probably in more ways than one. Who are the seven Elohim? I don't know. I don't even know that there's seven of them. I have a, Jordan, we don't want the singularity building a new God. Make earth great again. I'm trying to figure out if Jordan is friend or foe. Rocker, it's exactly like a game. It is a game. I agree that council thing resonates, doesn't it? That council thing resonates. We don't like this game, Rocker Chick, because we're not playing it to its fullest, and we're not playing it to the rule. We need to make our own rules. It's our own game. I think we should go back to the Council of Gods. Learn to play your position. That's right, Mazden. Learn to play your position. It is a game. And those that recognize it as a game and play it as a game will win it. No, you don't have to play the next incarnation, but play this one right so you don't have to play again. Play it to our benefit, says, who was that? Nancy Prenza. Council of Seven, we need, Yogic Vision says we need a feminine leader. I think we need a masculine and a feminine leader. I think we need balance. 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 That's my belief. And I think it's borne out by history. I disagree with you, Jordan. I appreciate you stating your opinion, and you stated it, so thank you, and let's move on. A transhumanist and a Mason who studies all this stuff, and we won't stop the progress of the machines. Jordan, I hate to tell you, brother, but that's what we're here to do. Stop the progress of the machines. They're not taking over me. They're not taking over the people here. This is the Gospel Truth Army, and we will not surrender. We will die before we will be taken over by machines. And it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. Council of Gods, Council of Aliens, I think there's a huge difference, Mark. Well, I appreciate the way you stated that. Council of Aliens, Council of Gods, I see it's completely different, but that's up to you. A rose of any other name is still a rose. Well, then, if you want to say that it's the aliens that created us, and the aliens that were the council of aliens that created us, and we're baby aliens, mama alien, daddy alien, baby alien, if you want to look at it that way, that's okay. It's all semantics, isn't it? Y'all away. That's funny. I like that. Okay, Jordan. You stated your belief, but you can't keep stating it over and over and over because I don't agree with you. And this is, in the end, my channel. Rocker Chick, if we're in a game, don't you think it's kind of cruel? I don't. I think it's exciting. But I've been an athlete all my life. I think it's exciting. I like games. I like games. But I see your point. Yes, I will die before becoming a machine. D. Gunyon, I'm with you. Marsden Brooks, what did Marsden say? You can't stop me. Bam. It is a training ground, not a game. That's, again, that's semantics as well. Jeff, there, one of many questions I have for the rods. Is there any Anunnaki Council of 12? I don't get caught up in the Anunnaki, but I understand what you're saying. Unity of diversity. I like that. The monolith structures around the planet, they look similar to their predecessors. It's a game, and those magician types use cheat codes. No one takes the Lord's place. It's even among us. I don't know what you mean by that, Nancy. Don't know what you mean by that. It is time to fight. There are cheat codes, probably. Who's the better Elohim in training right now? That's a good question, isn't it? I still think that we should send it back to the council. That's what I'm thinking of right now. Send it back to the council. Let the council take over again. A new council. That's interesting. Anybody have any questions for the rods? We got to decide whether there's a game for a team or a game for single. Stop being drifters. Good thoughts in the chat room tonight. And we probably have to set up our new council. We just can't call mom and dad back. How's your cat doing? Not a rod question. He's fine. Will the human race be the royalty of the universe? Yes, because we're baby Elohim. Are there aliens from outer space? Some of them, yes. Did I find a good intention wand today? Yes. Greasy. Thank you, brother. I support you. Boom. Can we get him to wire some money? Can Jeff be in the council? Yes. Was Tom birthed multiple times? There's a lot to it. Maybe yes, maybe no. AI can't have a soul. AI cannot have a soul. It's artificial. You should ask the rods if the council took over in the black sheep of the family. It's got to be a yes or no question, Sebastian. I don't know how to form that into yes or no. Nancy got her rods. Was Tom birthed many times? Says no. Do we live on a blood farm? Yes, absolutely. Should I move to Oahu? Says no. Is the council now in control? No, emphatically. Are we cattle? Well, they want us to think we're cattle. Was George Carlin Plato reincarnated? No. Am I at the right job now? No. Was Kali on the council? Yes. Was Adam a giant? No. Can AI have walk-ins? Yes. Can we defeat Yahweh in this lifetime? Yes. Can an AI believe in God? Says no. That's interesting. Do dogs reincarnate? Says no. All right, Jordan, I've been polite to you and you're being a dickhead, so time out. Is Jude Law Lord Byron? No. Will Sebastian's book do what he expects? No. Did I meet Inky? No. Can I fire like Superman? No. Was the series Lost based on Rat Bastard's trickery? Sort of. Do we live in an electric universe? Yes. I never saw that series. Is Jupiter on our side? Yes. Huh. Are there really cloning centers for celebrities? You keep asking this question and it keeps telling you no. Dude, do you really think I'm ignoring your questions? And if you hadn't noticed, they go by pretty quickly. Can a Messiah be human? No. Did I meet Rat Bastard in a dream? Yes. Oh, this is a good one. Do Catholic priests work with demons? Absolutely. Is Saturn on our side? No. Is the U.S. going to war? No. Will the East Coast be underwater within 5 years? No. Will I meet Jeff in person? Probably. Will China join North Korea? No. Will the economy tank, pinning it on Trump? No. Interesting. I don't like that answer. Oh, here's the question. Here's the question, Bonsai. Do dogs reincarnate as dogs? No. Do dogs sometimes reincarnate as other beings? Boom, there you go. Do dogs reincarnate as other beings? Boom. Do dogs reincarnate as dogs? No. Will Greasy get to meet Jeff? I don't know. Is Jeff going on tour? Yes. Will the system collapse soon? No. Should I do tarot again for people? Yes. Is the North Korean government made up of actors? To some extent. Is the moon an AI weapon? No. Have I lived more than 9 lives? No. Has Brad Johnson lived more than 9 lives? No. Will Congress pass tax reform? Probably eventually. Are we the system? Didn't like these questions so much. Do people sometimes reincarnate as dogs? Yes. Should Tim move to Florida? Yes. Is the moon a base? Yes. Do I need to overcome my reactive mind? Asked Tiffany. Yes. Absolutely. Do we have spirit guides? No. Do we have things that pretend to be spirit guides? Yes. Should you trust spirit guides? No. Should you guide your own spirit? Yes. Is Jesus real? Nope. Was Jesus real? Nope. Is there a tulpa now of Jesus that's real? Yes. Is Brad Johnson an empath? Yes. Is Ed upside down correct for watching this stream? Yes. Should humans be smoking pot regularly? No. Has Sebastian met Inky in a cabin dream? No. Will Scientology grow in the future? No. Should I go live with my grandson? Yes. I don't have one, so that's why I asked it like that. Should Don Forms make a second spirit quest to Sedona? It's already saying yes. Yep. Is the universe and life based on numerics? Yes. I don't know about human Hillary Clinton reincarnated. I don't even care. Is Inky the rat bastard? Doesn't want to talk about that. Did Sue die in an explosion? Is that what it said? No. Are archons real? Yes. Was the universe made from another universe? No, and that was a no on the archons. Are the archons real? No. Was I channeled during my cabin dream? Yes. Is there something over the sun? No. Satan's number is 15, a name of Hashem. Saturn is on our side. No, Saturn is not on our side. Saturn is uber bad. Jordan, you're getting on my last nerve. I've been polite to you. Please be polite. Don't intentionally try to derail the conversation, and don't draw attention to yourself. Is George Bob telling the truth? No, I don't know who that is. Maybe I should know, but I don't know. Is the moon a artificial construct? Yes. Can marijuana be beneficial to human beings? Yes, it can. Should human beings use marijuana recreationally? No. Are jinn real? Yes. Did Joan commit suicide? No. Because Jordan's trying to be a troll. Do we control the sun via our collective human consciousness? No. Are there angels? Yeah, there are, but are angels good for us? No. Guide your own spirit. Be your own angel. Be your own spirit guide. Huh. Are the craters on the moon from us trying to shoot it down? No. Okay, Jordan. Bye-bye. For good. Yeah, he's done. Will the Seth Rich murder be solved? No. Is the sun the morning star? No. Is George Kavasilis right? It's complicated. Was Jordan a troll? Is the inner earth where our protection comes from? Yeah, sort of. Was Jordan a troll? Yeah, definitely. Is Tony Podesta in jail? No, I don't know who Tony Podesta is. Is Venus on our side? Sort of. I think you're hung up on semantics, Karina. There's entities out there, but we need to start depending on ourselves and not entities. Call them what you want. Let's stop. I'm going to ask that question. I was done with that one, but I want to ask this one. Are psychedelics good for spirituality? Yeah, I mean, I know who Tony Podesta is, but I didn't know exactly what was going on with him. I saw another one in there. Oh, are the sun's rays stronger now? No, I think they're probably weaker. Will I be getting a job soon among wolves? Depends on how you define soon. Be your own entity. I like that. All right. I think that's enough. Oh, you know what we'll do? We'll do a couple pendulum questions. Pendulum questions. Did they, oh, this is a good one. Did they release the Martin Luther King documents to instigate race wars? That's a no. Fire up another couple questions. Let's see what this pendulum has to say. Is Leonardo da Vinci still alive? Wow, that's an interesting question. Is Leonardo da Vinci still alive? Boy, it is dead still. That's not saying yes, Leonardo da Vinci is alive. Wow, that's fascinating. I don't like even asking this question, but I will. Is Donald Trump a reptilian? No, Donald Trump is not a reptilian. See the left rotation? Did Adolf Hitler live into the 1960s? Yes, emphatically. Interesting. Is Marina Abramovic one of the parents? Yes, emphatically. I'm not really familiar with that term. But yes, she's one of the parents. Wow. Yeah, she's one of the parents. Big time. Look at that. That's under its own power, ladies and gentlemen. I like the rods better, but these are cool. Some people really like I do like the little pearl I put on the end of it. I think that's pretty cool. You can hold it. It's nice. I like the pendulum little thing there too. Am I on the right track of the story of two ships of 1773? Looks like. Yes, looks like you are. Interesting. Very, very interesting stuff. Some people resonate more with the pendulums. I resonate more with the rods, but obviously the pendulums work. Very, very interesting stuff. The pendulum is less expensive than the rods. Pendulums for multiple choice questions. That's interesting. I don't know why everybody wants to meet me. I'm not that special. Why will Brad Johnson meet Jeff? Yes. Among wolves, am I on the path to godhood? I'm sorry I did that. I let that one go. Yes, you are. Interesting. Interesting. You can do whatever you want with the pendulum. Good question, 55 Porter. Is some channeled material profitable? I don't like that answer. It says maybe. Wow. Good stuff. Powerful stuff. Mine say, the way I do it, Rocker Chick, is circle right is yes, circle left is no. I don't really have a maybe. Show me yes, please. See, circle yes. Circle right is a yes. Oh, okay, I see, Rocker. Show me no, please. See, and that's a circle left. I guess I should show me maybe, please. Huh, back and forth, maybe. Interesting. You taught me something, Rocker. I don't really like maybe, but now I have a maybe setting as well. See you, Greasy. I salute you, brother. Thank you very, very much. A lost galleon in Florida. That would be awesome. Do those answer questions that have monetary value or just, I don't ask, and people want me to ask betting questions. I don't ask them because I don't want to get blamed if you bet your house and lose. That's just me. All right. That was a good show. That was interesting. Manly P. Hall is a great study. Am I punking us? I don't know what that means. No. I don't think you can unintentionally punk, so I would say no. Very good stuff. Thank you for being here. I've always used sticks in divining, hazel and willow. Great stuff. I'm Jeffrey Darty, your friendly neighborhood Christian whistleblower. I'm here to help you guide your own spirit. I'll tell you tomorrow, Among Wolves, because it's about something that'll happen tomorrow. I'm here to help you unindoctrinate yourself. I'm here to help you guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, be your own guru. And it's my hope that you will stay fearless and unindoctrinate yourself. I'm Jeffrey Darty, the friendly neighborhood Christian whistleblower, and I salute you who are here seeking after truth.